All right, Raider Nation, buckle up because what we're diving into today might just shape the way you see this upcoming season. We're talking breakout stars, players who've already had a taste of the league but are now poised to explode and become household names, not just in Vegas but across the entire NFL landscape. And here's the deal. This isn't about rookies. This isn't about projecting potential off a college highlight reel. We're talking guys who've already gotten their feet wet, maybe even stumbled a little, but who are right on the cusp of putting it all together and taking that massive leap forward. Now, the rules are simple. If you're going to break out, that means you've had to at least been around the block for a season. You've had to deal with the grind, the speed, the complexity of the pro level. That's why most of the names we're going to get into are second or third year players, the sweet spot where talent meets experience and opportunity. And trust me, I'm not just throwing out names for the sake of hype. Each of these guys has the perfect storm brewing: development, coaching fit, and an open lane to step up and shine. Let's kick this off with Trey Tucker, who I've got slotted as the number 5 breakout candidate for the Silver and Black. This is a guy that hasn't had the easiest road so far. A few flashes here and there, but between the coaching carousel and the inconsistency under center, it's fair to say he hasn't really had a stable shot to show what he's capable of. But that's all about to change. He's coming into year 3, and this time around, the offensive scheme looks like it's actually designed to highlight what he brings to the table: speed, separation, and the ability to blow the top off a defense. Tucker has posted 66 catches, just under 900 receiving yards, and 5 touchdowns so far in his career, but none of those numbers scream breakout yet. What they do scream is untapped potential. If the Raiders use him the way Seattle used Tyler Lockett with Gino Smith, that quick twitch deep threat option that can absolutely punish you if you don't keep a safety deep, then you're going to see Trey's numbers explode. Because here's the thing, defenses won't be focused on him. They'll be keyed in on Devontae, on Brock Bowers, on Jacoby Myers, and if opposing secondaries sleep on Tucker, that's 6 points waiting to happen. And look, when you've got someone like Gino Smith under center, a quarterback who's had success with smaller, speedier receivers in the past, it's not hard to connect the dots. You line Tucker up with single coverage, give Gino time in the pocket, and you've got the ingredients for some serious chunk plays. Plus, with a potential star like Ashton Jeanty in the backfield, defenses are going to have to respect the run game. That means safeties are coming down into the box, which leaves even more room over the top. And who's taking the top off the defense? Trey Tucker. This is a massive opportunity for him. And if the coaching staff leans into his strengths, this could be the year he finally puts the league on notice. Sliding in at number 4 is a name that true Raiders fans are already buzzing about: Jackson Powers Johnson. And let me just say this loud and clear. I believe this guy is already one of the top 5 centers in all of football. That's not fan bias talking. That's watching the tape, studying the impact, and recognizing real dominance. In the trenches, JPJ brings a level of intensity and physicality that you just can't coach. He's got that old school Raider mentality: mean, tough, relentless. And when you pair that with legitimate skill, you've got a recipe for a breakout. Now, I know what some people might say. How can a center break out? Let me tell you how. You anchor an offensive line that helps spring a rookie running back into Offensive Rookie of the Year contention. You make the protections work for your quarterback. You set the tone physically at the line of scrimmage week in and week out. And when Ashton Jeanty starts piling up highlight reel runs, you better believe people are going to start asking who's clearing the way. That spotlight is going to swing directly onto Powers Johnson. He dealt with a bit of a learning curve early on, adjusting to a new position when they tried him out at guard. There were some injury hiccups too, which slowed his development a bit. But this offseason, he's healthy, he's locked in, and everything coming out of camp says he's ready to go full beast mode. For a team that wants to bully defenses, that wants to punch you in the mouth for 4 quarters, JPJ is the exact kind of cornerstone you need. He's not flashy, he's not going to rack up stats, but his presence, his impact, that's going to be undeniable this season. All right, now let's talk about the quarterback, Gino Smith. Yeah, I get it. Calling Gino a breakout player in year 12 sounds kind of weird. He's been around. We've seen him put up numbers. He had that incredible year in 2022 where he threw for 30 touchdowns and 11 picks. But the truth is, even with those stats, he still hasn't gotten the full respect he deserves. People chalked it up to the talent around him in Seattle. They said it was a fluke, a system thing. Well, here's his shot to shut all that noise down. With this Raiders coaching staff with guys like Greg Olsen and Chip Kelly designing the offense and Tom Brady lending his football brain to the organization, Gino is stepping into maybe the best situation of his entire career. And let's not overlook something important here. This team is ready to contend. If Gino can steer this ship and get the Raiders into the playoffs, especially in a division as brutal as the AFC West, you better believe he'll finally start getting that top 10 quarterback conversation he deserves. He's been top 6 in wins over the past 3 seasons. He's been consistent. Now it's about sealing it with postseason success. And I'm not saying he's going to throw for another 30 touchdowns. Maybe he doesn't. But if he can be efficient, make the right reads, hit on those deep balls to Tucker or Bowers, and keep this team in games late, he's going to be the reason this squad stays relevant deep into December. And that's what makes this a breakout. Not just stats, but respect. Finally getting that national attention. Finally shaking the journeyman label. That's what this year could be for Gino Smith. Next up, let's get into Michael Mayer. And look, this is a name that a lot of people were excited about coming out of college. There was a ton of hype. And honestly, his rookie season didn't quite deliver what fans were hoping for. Some of that had to do with usage, some with the offensive inconsistency. But it's all in the rear view now. This year is different. This year, he's healthy, motivated, and in an offense that finally looks ready to maximize his skill set. Now, no one's saying he's about to leapfrog Brock Bowers on the depth chart. We all know Bowers is a special talent, maybe even a generational one. But this isn't a competition. It's a pairing. If the Raiders can replicate that old school Patriots look with 2 tight ends that can both hurt you, that's dangerous. Think back to the early 2010s when teams had no idea how to cover both Rob Gronkowski and Aaron Hernandez. That's the blueprint. And while Mayer might not be lighting up fantasy scoreboards, he's going to carve out a niche as one of the most reliable second tight ends in the game. What I love about Mayer is that he does everything well. He can block, he can catch, and he understands how to find soft spots in the zone. If he gives you 40 to 50 catches, 500 to 600 yards, and 6 or 7 touchdowns, that's a breakout year. That's a guy becoming a true weapon. I've always seen him as a Mark Andrews or Dallas Goedert type. Dependable, tough, and a nightmare in the red zone. And this season is a shot to prove that comparison is legit. We're getting closer to the #1 breakout candidate, and I know a lot of you might have already guessed it. This one shouldn't surprise anyone. It's all about Tyree Wilson. Now, technically, this is year 3 for Tyree, but let's be real. That first year, he wasn't healthy. He was nursing that foot injury and just wasn't able to get going the way he needed to. So in a way, this feels more like his real sophomore campaign. And with that fresh start, the opportunity in front of him is massive. The defensive line has some uncertainty, especially with the Christian Wilkins situation still lingering. That opens the door for Wilson to become the guy opposite Max Crosby. He's got the size, he's got the speed, he's got the bend and explosion you want off the edge. And more importantly, he's got the urgency. This is a contract year. If he wants to secure that 5th-year option, if he wants to prove to the Raiders brass that he deserves to be part of this core long term, he has to produce now. From everything we're hearing out of the facility, Tyree's locked in. He surrounded himself with the right mentors. He's working with Rob Leonard, one of the most respected defensive minds in the game. And even Leonard has said that Wilson looks like a totally different player this offseason. He's sharper. He's more explosive. He's not leaving plays on the field anymore. And when a coach says that, you listen. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Las Vegas Raiders. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. The NFL world is buzzing with a rumor that, if true, could shake the very foundation of the league. Whispers are growing louder that the Las Vegas Raiders have reached a historic agreement with none other than Patrick Mahomes. Yes, that Patrick Mahomes, the Kansas City Chiefs superstar quarterback, 2-time MVP, and face of the franchise. While no official statement has been made by either team or Mahomes' camp, insiders suggest that something seismic might be brewing behind the scenes. Speculation began swirling early this week after reports emerged from sources close to the Raiders organization hinting at an unprecedented quarterback move. Within hours, eyes turned to Mahomes, whose presence in Vegas last weekend for what was supposedly a charity event has now taken on new meaning. Multiple social media sleuths noted that Mahomes was spotted dining with key figures from the Raiders front office, including GM Tom Telesco, igniting a wildfire of theories. If the deal is real, it would mark one of the most shocking shifts in modern NFL history. Mahomes is under a massive contract with the Chiefs, but restructuring, opt-out clauses, or even behind-the-scenes maneuvering could pave the way for an improbable departure. Sources close to the situation say that the Raiders, desperate to reclaim AFC West relevance and inject electricity into their offense, are willing to break the bank to bring Mahomes to Allegiant Stadium. Still, many find the rumor hard to believe. Why would Mahomes leave a dynasty he helped build in Kansas City? What could Vegas possibly offer that the Chiefs can't? Yet, as is often the case in the NFL, money, legacy, and the lure of a new challenge can drive decisions no one saw coming. While nothing is confirmed, and cooler heads urge caution, the idea alone has sent shockwaves through the league. Could Mahomes really don the silver and black? For now, it's just noise, but the kind of noise that could soon become reality. Stay tuned. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Las Vegas Raiders, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.